Hey, Zudorug here, come to another video review, and today I'll be taking a look at Voyager Class Optimus Prime from the Transformers Alternators toy line. And here you can see him in his vehicle mode, a Dodge Ram SRT-10. I don't know if Viper is just the name of the engine or if it has something to do with the name of the vehicle, but you can see the SRT-10 insignia there. Now, if you don't know, the Alternators toy line is themed on the idea of Transformers figures that turn into very close replicas of real vehicles that would have been around at the time this series came out. So you've got like Jeep Wranglers, Dodge Rams, Mustangs, I think GT was another one. I think that's the one that became Hot Rod. Something like that. But just realistic depictions of vehicles. Here is his size compared to a soda can. Pretty substantial, all things considered. As far as colors, as you saw, he is mostly red with a little bit of black, some clear, a little bit of orange on the turn signals, and some silver. Now you have the underside. You can sort of see all the robot stuff under there. The bed looks pretty neat aside from this space here, but there's going to be panel lines somewhere. He does roll very well on these big rubber tires. One feature he's supposed to have is the front tires are supposed to turn in tandem, but for the one I got, that system in here is broken, so they don't turn together, but they were supposed to turn something like this. But for whatever reason, the one I got was broken, so they don't do that. You can open the tailgate. Doesn't serve a whole lot of purpose, since you can't fit much of anything past these, or past this spoiler, but it's a thing. The hood can open as well. And inside you can see the engine, which we'll take a closer look at in a minute. Now, one thing to note is that the engine on this guy is, or not the engine, the front section on this guy is very, very tricky to get closed just right. You can see me having trouble right now. Okay, come on. There we go. Pretty much everything has to be just in the right spot for this to close properly. Anyway, as for the interior, the doors can open. They close very securely, but you can see the interior door panel is molded, or modeled. You've got the speaker, the handlebar. You've got some silver paint on the side view mirrors. There is no rear view mirror in there, though. You can see the interior is... Hang on, let me just see if I can get... Nope. Anyway, the interior is modeled very well. And you've got all the little lines on the seat. You've got the center console. You've got the stick shift in there, more cup holders, radio, front panel, bunch more speakers. There's even the turn signal right here. And the steering wheel can turn. There's even a Dodge Ram logo on it. And the center console can actually fold up to become a third seat. Now, for this video, I'm going to be trying out something new. I'm sure you may have noticed in the past couple months, but I've had new videos posted where I show just the transformation into each and every mode, from each and every mode. So I'm going to skip the transformation in this video and instead just get straight to the other mode, but you can see the transformation both to robot mode and from robot mode in that video. Oh, one more thing I got to point out, you do have the gas cap here. But with that said, I'll go ahead and get this guy into robot mode. And we're back with Optimus in robot mode. Let's readjust the camera a little bit. Before we move on any further, here's his size compared to a soda can. Pretty standard Voyager size. As far as colors go, it's pretty much the expected Optimus colors, mostly red, with some blue, gray, black, silver, clear parts, and a small dab of yellow. Oop. Transformation's a bit messy, but the end result's pretty cool. As far as posability goes, he has a ball joint at the head that is worryingly loose, but it can go up and down, side to side, and all the way around. His arms can go out to the side, but not very far. Now with the transformation joint, you do get a bit of back and forth at the shoulder. Arms can go forward that far, back only about that far. And his arms actually have two elbow joints, if I can get it, so you can get a full bend going on. Oh, one joint is significantly looser than the other. The hands are on ball joints, so side to side, although this little track here blocks it. In and out, and swivel. And then it has the trigger finger, 3-finger split. So those fingers are all on hinges, and the trigger finger is on its own hinge. Come on. He does have a waist swivel, but sadly the front skirt doesn't go with it. But if you get stuff out of the way, it can go all the way around. Moving chest plate out of the way. Legs can go forward that far. Back only about that far. They can go out that far, but that's about it because his legs are so bulky. His legs can really only bend that far at one joint in the knee. And then the toes are on a ball joint, side to side, or swivel, side to side, up and down, and then a hinge. So you can get some degree of posability. Oh, and the heel can move up and down, so you can get a pretty good range of posability on this guy, but it's all fairly hindered by the truck parts all over him. But it is a fairly cool design. One thing to note is that these things are extremely loose. I mean, they pop off without really any effort. Now he does come with a weapon, but just the one. His engine block turns into his gun. Give you a close look at that first. It says Viper there on the side, mostly black with a little bit of silver. Looks pretty cool. Getting it into weapon mode is pretty easy. Take the sides, fold it up, bring the grip all the way down, fold this down, and just snap it all together. And there you have his gun. Kind of piddly, but it does the job. Equipping it's pretty easy. If I can get his arm out. You have to open up his fingers, and then there is a port in the palm of his hand and a post on either side of the grip. So you just need to line it up and get that post into the port. You can't see it very well. And then just wrap his fingers around it. And you have him with his gun, which is admittedly much smaller than it should be. It just looks way too tiny. I know about an upgrade kit that came out for this guy, but this isn't actually a figure for myself, so I won't be getting the upgrade kit. But as it stands, it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, there's nowhere to store the weapon when he's in robot mode, so I mean, You're kind of stuck with him just holding it. So there are a few flaws to this figure, but I like it. I just really like the Alternators line in general. The idea of going from a usually pretty good, almost model quality car to a usually fairly decent robot is just a neat concept to me. Personally, I like the Prime Wars trilogy more because there's more characters they can combine and do all that stuff, but if I had the money, I would definitely collect the Alternators line as well. But anyway, with that said, this has been my review of Transformers Alternators Optimus Prime. Until next time, bye-bye.